wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of the Suplah. I am Andy Quad, and with me as always is Sam Brooks.
You know, I'm not really feeling it anymore. I feel like we need a change.
We already did a change. We did quite a big change. Everything's green.
No, we've done that, yes, but there was something that we didn't change when we changed all of that. We changed the colours, we didn't change the theme, but we don't need to change the theme because we paid for it. We don't need to change that.
Exactly, what the fuck?
We haven't changed ourselves.
I don't understand.
I feel like we need to undergo a bit of an evolution, Andy.
That doesn't make sense. We can't change ourselves as people. This is who we are.
Well, unfortunately, yes, but cosmetically, there is something we can do.
I'm not getting plastic surgery.
No, like, it's all in the mind, Andy. It's all how we refer to ourselves, if you get what I'm saying.
I don't have a doctorate, so I can't be called a doctor.
Well, no, one of us already tried that several years ago.
Wait, he was...
No, what we instead have to do is change our names.
I don't want to. I like my name.
Well, tough, we're changing our names.
I'm not changing my name.
So, for the rest of the show, and for the foreseeable future, we're now changing our names. Because it's the start of a new era, Andy. It's the start of a new time here at the Suplah. We have to change our names to reflect the change in time.
I'm scared where you're going with this, Sam.
From now on, you're no longer Andy Kwan, okay?
Okay, who am I?
You're Andy Wong.
I don't want to be called Andy Wong. I like my name.
No, your name is now Andy Wong.
I don't like my name.
Your name is now Andy Wong.
No, it's not.
And that has always been your name. That's been your nickname for several years. So it's only fair that we just call you that.
Oh, I see the joke. It's a WWE joke.
So your name is now Andy Wong.
Okay.
You want to know what we changed my name to? Blake Rotchensteiner.
Why the fuck do you have that name and I have a really stupid name?
Well, I mean, it's just the draw of the hat, Andy. That's just how it goes.
What hat? There is no hat.
There's no what?
Hat.
You let the goose in the studio.
Don't make me mispronounce it again.
So, Mr. Wong, how about we tackle the first headline of the week, shall we?
Okay, speaking of name changes, Austin Theory and Raul Mendoza have had their names changed, as Austin Theory announced on Monday Night Raw that he's now known as Theory. A change made after Theory and Vince McMahon decided that Austin did not suit him. The change comes after a segment after WrestleMania, where Austin gave both Theory and McMahon Stone Cold Stunners following the Theory and Pat McAfee match, and then the McAfee-McMahon singles matches, which we don't talk about ever again. So, Theory joins Big E Langston, Antonio Cesaro, Mustafa Ali, Elias Sampson, Buddy Murphy, Adrian Neville, Natalia Neihart, Alexander Rusev, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Matt Riddle, Andre Almas.
No. Andrade Almas, Andy. Sorry,
Apollo
Andrew.
Crews, Chad Gable, Angel Garza as talent who've been introduced with a name only to have it shortened later. In some cases, the names were later restored. And then on Tuesday night's NXT, Raul Mendoza began going by the name of Cruz del Toro.
Fuck me, Jesus Christ. It gets worse every single time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Literally, you think they couldn't come up with a name that was more nationalistic sounding. And now you have fucking Penelope Cruz, Benicio del Toro, fucking, what is this?
WWE.com has also updated to reflect that name change, and Del Toro is a part of Legado del Fantasma in NXT, alongside Santos Escobar, whose name is probably going to change soon, and Joaquin Wilde, whose name is probably going to change soon, and Elektra Lopez, whose name is probably going to change soon. Mendoza was using his real name prior to the name change, and none of the other members have changed their names as of right now.
Guarantee, the moment that you're listening to this, the monkey paw will fucking curl up and we'll get different names for each of these people.
Joaquin Wilde is now called Jeff! Like, literally, that is what we're going to see. Like, the monkey paw will be like, oh, you like Joaquin Wilde? Well, we're going to call him Greg. Like, it's just going to be complete random.
Jeff Greg. That's his name.
Jeff Greg! DJ Z! No, Jeff Greg.
Jeff Greg.
You counted for Brawl.
Jeff Greg, I'd love that.
Jeff Greg.
Jeff Greg is unironically the best name we could come up with. It's probably better than anything they would come up with.
Oh yeah, a million times better than anything they could ever fucking come up with.
You seen that one bit of Breaking Bad where for fucking Jesse is like, he can't keep getting away with this. That's what this is becoming now. It's literally just, they're doing it almost because they can. But they have to stop. Surely there's a point where they think, no, all of the other names in history are fine. Like, come on. What? It's always, there's always a name changing at least every week, right? Because we've had Raquel Gonzalez, who is now Raquel Rodriguez. Marcel Bartel, who is now Ludwig Kaiser. What the fuck's gonna happen next?
Literally, I'm honestly shocked that Tommaso Ciampa's name hasn't been changed.
I mean, he's probably gonna be like Luigi del
Spaghetti.
Calzone, like something like that, right?
Oh, my phone made a noise. I'm going to
Oh,
turn
it did. It's a notification. Tommaso Ciampa's name is now fucking Luigi del Calzone.
Breaking news! Tommaso Ciampa is called Tommaso Spaghettio. Oh my god!
Tomato Champs.
So speaking of him,
Speaking of Tomato Champs,
he was introduced on Raw as the newest member of the brand's roster. However, Ezekiel, not to be confused with Elias, interrupted and introduced himself to Ciampa, saying he was Elias' younger brother. Kevin Owens then cut Ezekiel off and insisted that it was Elias because Kevin Owens has a fucking brain. And Ciampa then
you seem, everyone seems to think that it's Elias still.
It is!
It's been a whole week. We've had a whole week to settle and simmer on this, and people are still pushing this weird conspiracy that it's somehow the same bloke who died.
He didn't
Did
die.
he rise up from the fucking grave like Carrie and just shave his beard?
It is Easter, so yes.
Are you implying that Elias is Jesus?
He looks a bit like Jesus.
Yeah, I remember when Jesus had the guitar at all the speeches he made. Started singing Kumbaya as the Romans put nails in him.
Fucking hell.
No, that's not what happened. And that's not what's happened here either. It is Ezekiel, and Owens has said that he's going to put him through a lie detector test on Raw, so that'll be fun. We'll all be made to look like fools, just when that one time when everyone thought that Mr. America was Hulk Hogan.
He was Hulk Hogan.
And he had that lie detector test, and it turned out that he wasn't Hulk Hogan, so...
God's sake. So, Ciampa then backed up Ezekiel, which made Owens mad.
Because, yes, they are different people. You've seen the photo. You've seen it. You've observed it with your eyeballs. Observe this, brother.
Tommaso Ciampa says he's open to a comedic role in WWE and is not hard to please from a creative perspective. During an interview with Metro UK, the 36-year-old spoke about his future on the main roster and what WWE Creative may have for him. He says, creatively, I'm not very hard to please in the sense that I just view it as give me 5 minutes and I'll make it the best 5 minutes I can. Whatever that
We've all heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard. Anyway, so if I do a comedy in a couple of months, it doesn't mean that I can't go back to do something else that I enjoy. There's no ending. With Ciampa officially departed from NXT 2.0 for the main roster, it opens up the door for any potential new matchups for him. Whether it's Edge or Rey Mysterio, I've never really had a singles match with AJ Styles. I've done stuff with Roman Reigns, so there's so many. You can just go down the list and it is forever and ever, he continued. Ciampa's run in NXT lasted from 2015 to 2022, and during that time, he was a two-time NXT champion. In 2008, his rivalry with Johnny Gargano.
2008? 2008, Andy?
What did I say?
You sure about that?
2018.
It's meant to be 2018. You said 2008.
Oh, shush. In 2018, his
2008, the rivalry of Paul London and Brian Kendrick
was the greatest one ever. His rivalry with Johnny Gargano in 2018 was named the Feud of the Year by the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards.
So, Ciampa's on Raw. We all thought that would happen. And he says that he doesn't mind being a comedy character. Dude, you're setting yourself up here.
To fail, yeah.
Like, you're literally saying, oh, I'll do anything as long as they pay me, which, to be fair, kind of based. Like, at least he's getting paid to do these things, and all that run that he had in NXT, those 7 years, were fucking perfect. That heel turn against Gargano, the Blackheart run, his first NXT title win, fucking perfect booking. One of my favourite storylines of the past few years, right? That's never going to go away. especially when he starts, like, singing and dancing in the middle of the ring for 5 minutes, as he's clearly setting himself up for now. But, I'm good. I'm good if he does that. I won't be mad. I'll be impressed more than anything. I'm just genuinely surprised that they haven't changed his name yet.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's not being
Like, you think he
called.
would at least be called Ciampa by now? Like,
you would think
he's
so.
like perfectly within the style of getting that first name just cut off.
Oh no, give it a week.
Yeah, give it by the time the show is out, he will just be Ciampa.
I mean, he was good on NXT. I'm a bit scared now that, like you say, he's opened himself up now for, like, oh, goody, I'm going to be Eugene. Like, I think he's just basically, he set himself up for failure. And
He's going to be the pizza delivery man.
Yeah, like, I think they're going to give him something stupid now.
Like how the New Day come out with pancakes, he's just going to come out with pizza.
Yeah, don't give Vince any ideas. Don't give him any leeway to be like, yeah, you want to be puke? We tried to do that once. It didn't really work. Like, you know what I mean?
You want to
like,
be beaver cleavage, you fuck?
Yeah, you want to be naked minion? Like,
fuck around and find out.
Don't give Vince any ideas. Don't give him any sort of, like, leeway either to allow him to do silly things, because...
Well, that's why I talk highly about his NXT run, because that was so good. Like, we have that still, that's never going to go away, so it's not like he's wasted potential.
Yeah, I don't know, it's sad in a way. I don't know, maybe he's alright with it, and he's like, alright, I'll be Eugene, I don't care. But a part of me is like, would he even better to go back to
he's 36 now, so he's not exactly a young up-and-coming prospect.
Yeah, I suppose he's just like, fuck it, I'm getting paid, who cares?
Yeah, fuck you, pay me. I will be crazy Luigi Pepperoni if you pay me enough for it. Yeah, and they probably will.
Fair dues to the guy, I suppose, but
And then if he gets released, he'll go to AEW like everyone else, and everyone will fucking complain about it ad nauseum like they always do.
Yeah.
So, the cycle goes on. Hatsumenya.
His name is Tommaso Ciampa.
But only for now, not in the future.
Until he changes his name. Speaking of things, shall we move forward?
Really? What do you want to try that again? Maybe give it a bit more of a relevant segue into this bit of news. This is big news, Andy.
This is
big news for you and me. Do you know why? It's because WWE are finally they've heard the prayers. They've heard the calls for it. They've answered our prayers, Andy.
For the past 20 years. No,
for the
30
past 20
years.
years. We've not had a big major event since 1992. That was before I was born.
20... Is that 20 years? No, that's 30 years. Oh
yeah.
My Christ.
You were like 1 year old, weren't you?
Yeah, I was literally the same size I was now. But like
1992. I wasn't born yet. You were 1 year old.
Ow.
Twin Peaks had ended its final season for then. And we had SummerSlam. We had SummerSlam 1992 at Wembley Stadium in London, England.
See,
England is my city.
That had, as my voice just went, that had Brett versus the British Bulldog in the main event for the Intercontinental Championship.
Well, now, Andy, it's happening again. Because
oh my God.
The United Kingdom is getting a stadium event, and it's coming to us in September, and it's coming to...
Wembley!
Wales!
What? What the fuck, man? I mean, God almighty.
The WWE, ladies and gentlemen, have officially announced that they will be running a stadium show on Labor Day weekend. That means nothing to us.
Yeah,
In a press release, WWE confirmed that they will be holding a stadium event at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales, on Saturday, September 3rd. They did not announce an event name or ticket information as of this writing. Press release says as follows. Principality Stadium is the perfect place for a major event, hosting our amazing fans from Wales throughout all of Europe.
God damn it, why? You go as far away as possible.
I mean, yeah, if Wales is known for anything, it's for all the Italians and the Portuguese that come in to watch WWE. What? Just say it's England, UK, Scotland, Ireland even. Like, why just say Europe? Geographically, we're in Europe.
Is this what was Millennium Stadium?
Yes.
Why are they doing it at Millennium Stadium?
The weekend will be filled with a variety of WWE experiences that we believe will leave a lasting memory. Oh, you're setting yourself up there, aren't you? A lasting memory. On par with SummerSlam at Wembley Stadium in 1992.
Which is where they should have done it.
We're extremely proud that Principality Stadium has been chosen by WWE to host this major event, which is testament to the stadium's reputation as a world-class venue, says the stadium manager. Principality Stadium is unique in its position at the heart of the city centre, which will undoubtedly offer WWE fans an unrivaled event experience, both inside and outside of the stadium, and bring great benefit to the wider city of Cardiff.
Okay. Good for Cardiff, I suppose, but why the fuck is it in Cardiff?
Like, it was never going to be London. It was never going to be London. If you thought it was
don't
going to be
understand
London,
why.
you're delusional, okay?
Why? Why would it not be in London?
Listen, Andy. I don't know if you've been to London.
Yeah.
But it's kind of shit. It's
But
to have a major stadium show there. That's why so many like major bands, whenever they come here, they go to fucking Manchester, Birmingham, even NXT when it came here, it went to fucking like Nottingham and Sheffield.
But here's the thing, right?
Like,
Okay.
London is a nightmare to get accommodation in that you can afford without remortgaging your house. It's a nightmare to travel in if you're not familiar with the tube systems.
Well, it's a nightmare to get to Cardiff. Cardiff is on the other side of the country.
Literally, it's a 2-hour train from London, and that's really easy.
Is it?
In the grand scheme of things, yes. You probably take the same amount of time if you were coming from outside of London into central London to then get to the stadium. That would easily take you 2 hours, even if you lived in London.
But the issue as well is doing it in September. I mean, like, at that point, the weather's kind of shit.
Well, the stadium has a retractable ceiling, doesn't it?
Yeah, the only thing I can think of...
So that's not an issue.
Why they couldn't do Wembley as well is September, the football season in the UK is basically, like, it kick-starts again. So, basically...
I mean, they probably didn't want to spend the money to come and do a show in London. I think that's what it is. Like, gig prices to, like, rent out these stadiums must be at an all-time fucking high.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and it probably isn't even worth it, as we said, logistically. Having, like, a major stadium show in London is a fucking nightmare, especially around soccer season.
Yeah, but they could have chose during the summer, and they could have chose... Like, 'cause there's no football in the summer. So they could have chosen Old Trafford or Man City Stadium, or if you really don't want to do Wembley, you could have done the Emirates, you could have done the Tottenham Stadium. If you really, 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 really don't want to do London, you could have done...
Milton Keynes.
Oh god, no.
I'm going to Milton Keynes for a gig in May, right? And I'm dreading it because I have never been to Milton Keynes before. And 2, like, it's gonna be a new experience. But hey, you know what? It means I get to go somewhere new. It means I get to go somewhere wonderful. And granted, I'm not going to go to this Cardiff show because WWE's product is not worth going to fucking Cardiff for.
Oh no, god no.
If this were literally like 6 years ago, then I would have definitely been interested.
Well, that's the problem as well. Like, for a lot of people, to get to Cardiff is a absolute fucking ball ache. Especially if you live in, I don't know, mainland Europe. Like, it's going to be a complete pain in the ass. Yeah, I mean, like, I
Scotland
don't know why...
are going to be so pissed, aren't they? Like, why were it? No, that's Newcastle. Fucking, what do Scottish people do? What do they say? Haggis. Oh, why didn't you come here?
Borbag.
Yeah.
I don't know, they could have chosen...
They don't even have any major Welsh stars, do they?
No, they should have just had... No, there's nobody.
There must be at least one. There must be, like, someone in the UK fucking show that's, like, Welsh, right? Mason Ryan.
Jesus Christ.
No, okay, I looked up professional wrestlers from Wales. You got Mark Andrews, who I'm almost certain is no longer existing in this universe. You got Mason Ryan, who performs for Cirque du Soleil. Flash Morgan Webster, again, I'm sure doesn't exist anymore. Tegan Knox, who I think has just been released. And Adrian Street, who I think is dead. So
They could have, just to fuck with people, do the show at Fulham.
Wow.
And just be like, LOL WWE at Tony Khan Stadium, fuck you.
That would have been a big move. Even if they've done like less petty things for less remuneration before. But the thing that gets me about this is it's literally the phrasing of like, we will give them an experience that will leave a lasting memory. If we both saw the main event of WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, that left a lasting
Would you travel
memory.
2 hours to Cardiff to see that?
No, God, Christ.
And that's
please
their
no.
biggest fucking show, match, event of the entire year. So for them to just announce a random show in Wales, that's literally months away, by the way. This isn't like next year. This is this year. So
what are they gonna...
I don't know what planning they've put into this, if any.
What are they going to
They've not announced a card. There's no name for the
Yeah,
event.
that's what I'm
There's
saying,
no ticket
like-
sales, and this is September.
Like, what are they going to do? Call it Crown Jewel? That's the only time it's made any sense. But if you call it Crown Jewel and it's not in London, then it's fucking pointless. You might as well call it Dragonland or something. I don't know.
It's in less than half a year. It's in 5 months' time.
This has not been thought. This has not been well planned. How
No.
many? They're doing like 3 stadium shows this year. They're doing Money in the Bank at the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium, whatever the hell that's called. They're doing this, and they're doing SummerSlam in a stadium as well, aren't they?
I think so.
So that's 4 stadium shows in 1 year. Well, technically 5 if you include Wrestle. No, they did the Rumble, 2 nights of WrestleMania.
I try to forget
And-
that Rumble
and then-
happened.
So
to be
that's
fair.
6. They're doing 6 stadium shows, 6 pay-per-views out of 12, if that's that many, in stadiums. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, I'm not a bigger fan of WWE at this point to even want to go. So it's
See,
no
that-
bones for me.
There's a part of me that's like, oh, it's a novelty, because...
I know it's a novelty, but I guarantee if you fucking go, you will have a pain in the ass to get there. You won't be
Yeah.
happy with the commute, just in theory alone. And then I guarantee the show will not be worth it. If this was AEW, 100% going.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would absolutely go to that, just on the off chance that they bring Hook over, right? And that's it. But no, this is a product that is extremely hit or miss, and more often than not a miss. So I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't...
It took them this fucking long to do it as well. Remember, we've had rumours of this for years. For years and years we've had rumours of this. We're getting Insurrection again, although they probably will never call an event that ever again.
Again, yeah.
It's been rumoured for years, and now it's happening, and it's in Wales. Good for Wales. We're not Welsh. I don't give a fuck. But no, yeah, I maintain that it was never going to be London, because even London is a pain in the ass to get to if you're from London, so...
Yeah, I don't know. A part of me thinks they could have gone Newcastle. They could have gone...
Yeah, they could have gone somewhere else, maybe a bit further north.
Norwich. Norwich got a stadium.
Although, to be fair, like, Wales don't get anything.
Lincoln.
Ever.
Yeah,
So,
Wales don't get anything. Like, literally...
good for them for getting this.
And
And as the stadium man
guess-
said, it'll probably be good for the economy, so whatever.
But the other thing as well is... if you do a show at any other stadium, in England, you run the risk of it fucking raining. So at least, I know Wales is even further, like, what's that, east-west?
West.
Like, even though it's further west, and it's probably going to rain, the chances of rain is probably even, like, higher.
Well,
At
again,
least they've got a
retractable
retractable... Yeah, they've got a retractable roof, so at least you've got that, but...
It's not like the O2, where the roof will suddenly blow off if it gets a bit too windy.
Like, what the fuck? I don't know. A part of me just thinks, alright, cool. Good for them. I don't know. A part of me thinks if the tickets are still cheap and there's
I
something
mean, yeah, if they're
available,
cheap, and if they
maybe.
had, like, an event name, or, like, even a select line of stars announced, I might be interested. On the
But
off chance
it's-
that I could maybe, like, commute for 2 hours just to witness Rhea Ripley with my eyeballs in front of me in real life. Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
It
no.
depends.
It's not worth it. I'm not going. I need to save money to live. So, no. Count me out, I'm afraid.
I love how they come here at a time in this country where there's a cost of living crisis and like all these things like
Don't worry,
you-
here's
you-
John Cena.
you know,
Da, 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 da.
do-do-do-do. Like
John
literally,
Cena will
like,
become the new Prime Minister. That'd be great.
Like, we're still in like a pandemic, and then they decide to come now. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I literally just think they've done this because they've done this before AEW, because AEW have been talking about doing this for God knows how long.
It was bound to happen eventually, just through the odds of eventuality. But yeah, as soon as AEW comes over, we're fucking going.
Oh yeah, I don't care where it is. Please do a show in Lincoln.
We can't bring Liam, sadly.
Oh yeah, Liam is.
He would start fights with people in the crowd just because they exist.
It's like, oh yeah, I like the Young Bucks, and then Liam just like headbutts him.
You what?
You like who?
You can't like the Young Bucks at all. They're terrible.
Speaking of absolutely terrible.
Yes, the headline that we've all been waiting to talk about.
Here we believe in go. Right.
It's the man of the hour, the man. Tower of power, too sweet to be sour.
The man called Satnam Singh.
I'm legitimately impressed that you said it correctly the first time.
Thank you, I am
I thought you were going to call him Satman or Satnav.
I'm a Scatman, I cannot wrestle. So, he's debuted on AEW Dynamite, and the debut is designed to build AEW in India.
Oh, fuck me, here we go, fucking go. It's 2017 again, Andrew.
Welcome to the downfall of All Elite Wrestling.
the rise and fall of All Elite Wrestling. It's been
as Liam said earlier, it's been a fun 3 years. So the ending of AEW's Dynamite featured the debut of Satnam Singh. Was designed to build the AEW brand in India because it has a lot to do with the Warner Media Discovery merger. For those of you who don't know, Warner Media and Discovery have merged in the United States, and AEW has been on television on the Discovery-owned channel Eurosport India, a deal made based on the impending merger. As part of the first week of the Discovery merger, Tony Khan wanted to shoot an angle that would be a breakthrough in that market using someone renowned in that country as the only Indian-born player to ever be drafted into the National Basketball Association, otherwise known as the NBA. When Singh was a second-round draft choice for the Dallas Mavericks in 2015, he never actually played college basketball or pro basketball overseas. So how the fuck did he get drafted then?
Yeah, do they just find him on the street? Do they find him on Google? Like, oh, he's tall, he'll do.
I mean, that is a key component. That's why I can't play basketball.
Well, that's the thing. According to this fucking news outlet, he never even made the NBA. He played several years in the NBA Summer League, G League, and the National Basketball League of Canada, but never the actual NBA.
So why do they keep banging on about him being like an NBA guy?
And this was 7 years ago as well, 2015.
So apparently he was signed in AEW in September in an attempt to create a star for the India market. Singh will be managed by Sanjay Dutt, who gained notoriety in India years back when he wrestled for TNA, when TNA had a following in India, and both to promote AEW on Eurosport India in that market. Singh, Dutt, and Jay Lethal will be a group on AEW television and pushed as a lead act in the promotion of the brand in India. So
there's a couple of points here that we can dissect. I want to start with the context of how this debut happened. So you're watching the main event, right? It's fucking Samoa Joe versus Minoru Suzuki for the Ring of Honor television title. It's a sentence I never thought I'd ever fucking say, right? It's ludicrous that it actually happened, and it was a great match. Like, of course it's gonna be. It's Minoru fucking Suzuki and Joe fucking Samoa. So it's gonna be a great match. By the way, I don't know if you think this, but Samoa Joe has never looked more hench. More fucking big and beefy.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know whether it's just him performing on AEW television specifically, or if it was just him against Suzuki, but my god, he looks like a fucking boulder nowadays. Not in a bad way either. Like, he looks great, but holy shit, he's big.
Yeah,
He's becoming White Clyde at this point.
He basically is becoming White Clyde. I mean, I haven't actually seen the match yet. This is a problem.
Oh, it's a complete banger. Then it was Suzuki's first defense of the television title, which he won at the Ring of Honor show. And then Samoa Joe wins. He wins the TV title, which makes him like a Ring of Honor Triple Crown. Because he's won the world, the TV, and the pure, so he's got all of that. And then the lights go out. Whoa, I hate this, alright? I hate this fucking trope now, because no matter who it is, the lights go out. This is an AEW problem, right? Groundbreaking, I know AEW has issues, but every time the lights go out, so far, you've been conditioned to think that it's a big fucking name, right? Like, you think it would be Bray Wyatt, you think it would be Cesaro, you think it would be someone with name power.
Someone good.
And then fucking Carly's son just shows up in the fucking ring. He's so tall. He's so fucking tall. And then he gets fucking Samoa Joey in the vice grip. We're not being racist when we say he's Carly's son. No, he literally is like a chimney stack that has low mobility.
He does the same sort of moves that Carly did.
All he needed to do was hold the fucking Ring of Honor title upside down, and then boom, it would have been history repeating itself. But
and I don't understand this. Like, as far as
even fucking the commentary team, like, they said, "Oh, I know him. That's Satnam Singh," and then fucking Excalibur goes, "The basketball player?" Like, yes, the basketball player from 7 years ago that never even was in the NBA anyway.
But this is the problem. Like, the crowd are just dead. The crowd are like, I don't know who this is, and I don't care. And I think they were witnessing the end of Ring of Honor, and because literally this could be a Ring of Honor thing and an AEW thing. Like, they're witnessing the end of two companies simultaneously at once. Like,
so Satnam Singh is 7'3", right? That's at least his build height.
Excellent.
Great Khali is 7'1", so he's slightly taller.
So he's going to be even more fucking immobile. Excellent. I mean, the
look at Omos, for fuck's sake. Like, he's tall as shit, and he can't fucking do anything.
I was having this conversation with Liam Doon, and he was like, the thing about India is they don't like good wrestling. They like...
Yeah, that's the other thing about this, is like, we've seen it with Jinder, most recently, and now we're seeing it with Satnam. Why is it always India that needs an Indian person to be there so that they give a shit?
There is so many people in that fucking place, dude. Like, the amount of money that can be made is unreal. Like,
yeah, but
literally,
what I'm saying
India
is,
an
like,
emerging
do they really just not
market.
give a shit about wrestling at all, so they need someone who is Indian to even care about it?
Well,
is that what it is?
Kind of, but I mean...
Like, I'm not gonna watch fucking Bret Hart do fucking technical matches, but if Great Khali is there, I'm watching.
They prefer bigger the better. That's what Liam was saying. Like, that's sort of how they like big fucking people. It's like the spectacle. It's like larger than life. It's like, oh my god, look at the size of this fucking guy. Doesn't matter if he can't fucking walk.
That only serves a purpose to a point when you're an athlete.
They don't care. They just chop him down. It's fucking great.
Just hold their head in your hands and make it look like it hurts.
And the problem is that this is like a WWE thing. Like, you would expect this to be
like literally 5 years ago. This was Jinder Mahal.
But at least Jinder
from
could
jobber
wrestle.
To fucking WWE champion, the 50th WWE champion, who fucking had multiple victories over Shinsuke Nakamura. Purely because they wanted to fucking build up their Indian audience, and look how fucking well that turned out. Oh wait, it didn't. It was shit.
At least Jinder could work. I mean, this guy can't do fucking anything. Oh, fuck
me. No, he can't. There's different kinds of bad wrestler, alright? There's having the technical ability, but being fucking boring as shit, which is what Jinder was. And if you say any different, you're looking at it wrong. And then there's Great Khali, who literally is immobile. Like, your house moves better. I don't understand it. I don't get it. They're both shit. Like, there's no good like thing with this. Like, if you're gonna have someone, like the whole Veer situation, we meme on it and we mock Veer, but at least I'm actually somewhat interested in what he's fucking doing now. Like, because he had 6 months worth of fucking hype, and he's been memed on. It's Satnam. I don't fucking know anything about him.
The issue is that, like, is there literally no one Like, I mean,
no, like there must be. There's so many Indian wrestlers, right?
Watch this. Listen to this. How many people live in India?
In 2020, the population of India was 1,380,004,385.
They've got 1 billion people living there, and this is the best they can come up with. For fuck's sake.
A former basketball player.
Like, literally, they've got 1 billion people living there. That's why that specific number is the reason why Vince, WWE, every sport on the planet, every company on earth wants to be a part of that market, because there's so many bloody people.
But, like,
but
I
you're
just don't
telling me...
understand why you need someone to represent the people. Like,
I don't know.
You don't have
it's
that with any other market, really, when you think about it. Like, WWE are bringing a show to Wales. Do they have any Welsh fucking superstars at the moment? No.
I don't know, but if you're going to bring somebody in from India, there's got to be somebody out of that 1 billion people that
Even
can
WWE
walk.
have to have released some Indian talent that are better.
Yeah, like, what the hell? Like, what? It just doesn't make any sense. And the way that, like, this is the same company that's got a decent work rate, wrestlers and stuff like that, doing flips and God knows what else. This doesn't make any sense. This is going to fall flat on its ass. Because as Liam also said, Western audiences are not going to like this at all. And especially AEW, they are going to hate this.
Yeah, like I said, literally the main event was fucking Samoa Joe versus Minoru Suzuki, a wrestling classic. Like, anything, I think even, like, if someone like Bray or Cesaro turned up, it would have been like, oh. But that match was still really good, though. Like, anything would have been a downgrade. This makes it seem so much fucking worse. Because you had him put on, like, a technical masterclass and just stiff fucking shots, and then he comes out, starts doing fucking Kali chops and the vice grip, and it's like, what? What are you doing? Why is this necessary? And it's so shallow. Like, it's so fucking shallow. It's purely to market themselves to India. Like, it's not because of his own merits, you know?
This is literally the first sort of major blunder now. Like all the other blunders AEW had.
There's been some bad things.
No, but this is way worse than all of those combined. I mean,
is it worse than the exploding ring mishap?
Yes, because
is
that
it
was
worse
an accident.
than the Cody versus racism feud?
Yes, this is worse.
Are you sure? Because I don't really know.
Because nobody cares about those anymore. This completely
no, but this happened like this week, so people are going to care about this.
But this dramatically changes the fabric of the company. Like, literally, you've gone from being wrestling to now sports entertainment. That's what they've gone and done now.
Well, I mean, it's not like he's the AEW champion. He didn't come out and beat Hangman. Like, he's like a small part of a segment among other segments.
You're jinxing it. He's going to be AEW champion by the end of the fucking year.
Oh, probably. But no, I disagree.
They need to
because
get the hell
even
off.
Within AEW, like, for me, for instance, I am way more invested in the Wardlow story than I am with anything else.
Yeah.
And you got CM Punk going into the world title picture now.
They need
like,
to
this
get
isn't
the
gonna, this isn't going to cripple the company by any means. It's just going to be like, it's going to be put amongst the Sammy Guevara segments where you can just mentally turn off.
I think they now need to get the hell off of TNT and TBS.
But they just got onto TBS.
Get the hell off there. Get the hell off.
Why? Where are you going?
Because if I don't know, anywhere, just fucking anywhere.
Just because of the
Earth.
India deal?
Well,
no, don't get me wrong. We're
so
probably coming off really
deal.
bad here in saying that this is all superficial just for India. Like, we don't mind the fact that it's like marketing towards a demographic.
Yeah, it's not that.
That's fine.
It's the network.
It's shallow. And it's at an expense of... It's not to the strengths of the product. It's at the expense of the product.
You're not seeing the problem. If the network is influencing the product in such a way that it's actually hurting the product...
Well, again, I don't think it's going to kill AEW. I just think it's another, it's a slight misstep.
If the network are like, we need this guy on this show, and that's it, what's next? What's this Warner Discovery merger going to do next? What are they going to say next that's going to completely fuck everything up? Like,
unless he literally wins the world title, I feel like that it's not as bad as what you're making it out to be. I get that there's
it's not him. I'm not.
I get that
saying
there's a
it's him.
precedent now, wherein if the network wants something,
Yeah,
it will change the program. But so far, so good, right?
You know, I'm worried.
AEW's only going upwards.
This merger is not good.
Well, I mean, the merger aside, like that's whole in the more business side, and I don't really care about that shit.
Yeah, but it affects AEW. Like, the problem you're gonna have is, does this new entity want wrestling on its brand anymore? Like, that's the other thing as well, that people are not, like...
Well, AEW have proven themselves to be a valuable business and a good asset to any network, so if they were to leave these networks, I feel like they would have no trouble getting picked up elsewhere.
I mean, yeah, they'll probably get picked up elsewhere, but, like, I don't know, maybe I'm all doom and gloom, but I'm like...
Well, I mean, that's perfect for you, Andrew Wong, the cynical Grinch, as it's always been.
I don't know, I think this merger's not good for AEW. I mean, and here's the first evidence pointing in that general direction is they are changing the product based on... I mean, I don't know why they just don't... I don't know, go to India, do a couple of Dynamites in India, I don't know, like, create... You've got, like, 87,000 wrestlers, just do AEW India.
But then, if they need Indians to be the wrestlers, then maybe that won't work.
I don't know, it just... For me...
What was the Ring Car King thing? Because that was before my time, right?
So Ring Car King, basically, it was like the brainchild of, I think it was the brainchild of Jeff Jarrett, who was like, India's an emerging market, let's do a couple of shows in India. It's separate from TNA, it's separate from everything else, but it features TNA talent. And Indian talent. Do that. Just do that again. Because it was reasonably successful from what I can gather, but... Obviously, with TNA cutting costs and stuff like that, and bringing in Hogan and paying for Hogan to come in, I think that was basically the main reason why he just couldn't continue. Because they're like, oh, we've got to pay for Hogan, because that went well.
Well, my favourite thing about Ring Car King is that their inaugural champion was fucking Matt Morgan.
Yeah, that's weird, but why...
Like, the semi-finals of that tournament was fucking Mahabali Veera, Scott Steiner, Matt Morgan, and Sanjay Dutt. Who wins that? Fucking Matt Morgan.
Yeah, I don't know why he just didn't... Oh,
and then Brutus, Magnus was Ring Car King champion. And then it was Mahabali Veera, and then it all died.
Yeah, my concern...
Maybe don't copy Ring Car King, but like in spirit, in the theory, like do Ring Car King.
Yeah, I don't know. A part of me thinks the whole Discovery Warner Brothers thing is not good. I don't know. Like,
well, I don't think it's a death knell for TNA, but for TNA, wow, for fucking AEW.
Wow.
We were transformed back to 2013 for a bit there, Andrew. That was a bit weird.
That was weird. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how this goes, but I mean, this is the first week of the merger, and this is what's happened, so I don't know.
I mean, if it were WWE, his name would be different by the time we publish this show, but that's neither here nor there.
Sadly, yes.
Well, on that magical note, Mr. Wong, I feel like that's all of the news we have to talk about this week, huh?
Yeah, that's literally it. So, thank you for joining us on the Suplah.
Do you want me to hold your hand for this part, because you've been struggling recently?
No, I can do this. I've got this. So
what's in our description, Andy?
In our description, you can find our link tree.
A link tree? Wow, it sounds so bountiful and beautiful. What kind of fruits are on this link tree, Andy?
Plentiful fruits. For instance, you can find our social media accounts.
Never say that again. Never say plentiful fruits.
Plentiful fruits. You'll see... What's wrong with me saying plentiful fruits?
There are such exquisite xylophones as a Facebook page, a Twitter page, a Twitch, our other gaming channel on YouTube, the Spotify, for all you listening on Spotify. Hey, how you doing? You can also catch us on YouTube. And then we also have Suplah.com, where you have articles. I promise they're coming. We just need something to happen before they can come. Okay? Maybe we'll do some editorials. Maybe Quan's Corner can make a return, huh?
Oh, the corner of Quan. And that
Right about the downfall of AEW when one slight misstep happens.
At the end of AEW is coming.
The death of AEW, starring Satnam Singh.
Oh, so they are very much plentiful fruits.
And what else are you doing on the channel at the moment, Andrew? There's been a bit of a meme going on here. There's been a bit of a table time.
Oh, I am the table. So we have been doing GM mode on WWE 2K20 and
No.
2. What year is it? On WWE 2K22. Sam, please edit that. So we so we've been playing GM mode. I've been running Monday Night Raw. Quan is War. Quan is Quan. Quan Wards. Quan Wards.
Quan Wards.
So
It just
go watch
evolves
that.
every time you say it now.
Go watch that. It's really fun. We do them live on Twitch, and then Sam hilariously edits them. and
No,
sticks them
not
on
my
his
name.
channel.
My name's Bert. We've been over this.
Bert edits them and sticks them on this channel. They're very funny. I am the table. It's table time. And I think that's it, isn't it?
So who have you been?
Andy Wong.
You've been Andy Wong. I've been Bert Salamander.
These are not our names.
And we will see you next week when our names eventually change again.
Can I have my old name back?
No.
I like my name.
No.
That's not my name. My name is Ole.
It's
actually
Opeg.
Opeg. I was wrong.